The air crackled with anticipation as Whis and Captain Marvel, two beings of immense power, stood facing each other on a desolate battlefield. The ground beneath them trembled with the weight of their impending clash, and the sky above seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. Whis, with his teal skin and serene countenance, held his scepter with an air of calm confidence. His white hair fluttered gently in the breeze as he assessed his opponent with sharp, calculating eyes. Opposite him, Captain Marvel exuded an aura of raw power, her form enveloped in crackling energy as she prepared to unleash her might. Without a word, the battle began. Whis moved with unparalleled grace, his movements fluid and precise, as he effortlessly dodged Captain Marvel's initial onslaught. Her punches and energy blasts came at him with blistering speed, but Whis seemed to anticipate each move before it happened, sidestepping and weaving through the attacks with ease. Captain Marvel, undeterred by Whis' evasive maneuvers, doubled down on her assault, pouring more and more energy into her attacks. Bolts of cosmic energy crackled around her fists as she closed in on Whis, determined to land a decisive blow. But Whis was not to be underestimated. With a flick of his wrist, he summoned a barrier of energy, deflecting Captain Marvel's incoming attacks with casual precision. Then, in a display of martial prowess, he countered with a series of lightning-fast strikes, each one aimed with pinpoint accuracy. The clash of their blows echoed across the battlefield, each strike sending shockwaves rippling through the air. Whis and Captain Marvel seemed evenly matched, their strengths and weaknesses playing off each other in a deadly dance of combat. As the battle raged on, it became clear that this would be a fight unlike any other. Whis and Captain Marvel were titans of their respective realms, and their clash would shake the very foundations of the universe. As the battle between Whis and Captain Marvel intensified, both combatants began to unveil their strategic prowess, seeking to gain the upper hand in the relentless onslaught. Whis, ever the tactician, observed Captain Marvel's fighting style with keen interest. He noted her reliance on brute force and her tendency to charge headlong into battle, leaving herself vulnerable to counterattacks. With this insight, Whis adjusted his approach, opting for a more defensive stance as he sought to exploit his opponent's aggressiveness. Meanwhile, Captain Marvel, fueled by determination and cosmic energy, analyzed Whis' movements with equal intensity. She recognized his unmatched speed and agility, understanding that her best chance lay in finding a way to outmaneuver him. Drawing on her tactical acumen, she began to vary the tempo of her attacks, feinting and darting around Whis in an attempt to catch him off guard. The battlefield became a whirlwind of motion and energy as Whis and Captain Marvel clashed, each one adapting and evolving their strategies on the fly. Whis continued to deflect and evade Captain Marvel's assaults with uncanny precision, his movements almost preternatural in their grace. However, Captain Marvel proved to be a formidable adversary, her determination matched only by her tenacity. With each passing moment, she pushed herself to new heights, channeling the full extent of her cosmic power into devastating energy blasts and lightning-fast strikes. Despite their best efforts, neither combatant could gain a decisive advantage. The battle raged on, each moment bringing them closer to the limits of their endurance. Yet neither Whis nor Captain Marvel showed any sign of backing down, their determination unwavering as they continued to press forward with unwavering resolve. As the conflict escalated, both Whis and Captain Marvel tapped into the full extent of their formidable powers, unleashing a torrent of energy and might that reverberated across the cosmos. Whis, with his unparalleled mastery over ki and cosmic energy, channeled his immense power into devastating attacks and awe-inspiring displays of martial prowess. With a flick of his wrist, he summoned celestial energies that crackled and surged around him, forming into ethereal constructs that struck with the force of a supernova. Meanwhile, Captain Marvel, fueled by her cosmic connection and unwavering determination, let loose a barrage of energy blasts and shockwaves that shook the very fabric of reality. Her fists became like thunderbolts, her strikes imbued with the raw power of the cosmos as she sought to overwhelm her opponent with sheer force. The clash between these two titans unleashed a spectacle of cosmic proportions, with shockwaves rippling through space and time as their powers collided in a dazzling display of light and sound. Planets trembled and stars flickered as the intensity of their battle threatened to tear apart the very fabric of the universe. Yet, amidst the chaos and destruction, both Whis and Captain Marvel remained focused and determined, each one pushing themselves to new heights of power and endurance. With every strike and counterstrike, they tested the limits of their abilities, seeking to prove themselves the superior combatant in this epic confrontation. But as the battle reached its crescendo, it became clear that neither Whis nor Captain Marvel could emerge unscathed from this clash of cosmic forces. With their powers reaching their zenith, they prepared to unleash their most devastating attacks yet, each one determined to emerge victorious at any cost. As the battle raged on, Whis and Captain Marvel found themselves locked in not just a physical struggle, but a contest of wills and intellects. Whis, with his profound wisdom and centuries of experience, sought to outmaneuver his opponent with cunning strategy and foresight. Every move he made was calculated, every action deliberate, as he sought to exploit any weakness in Captain Marvel's defenses. Meanwhile, Captain Marvel, with her indomitable spirit and unyielding resolve, met Whis' every move with fierce determination and unwavering focus. She analyzed his techniques with razor-sharp precision, seeking out any opening or vulnerability to exploit in her quest for victory. The battlefield became a battleground of the mind as well as the body, with Whis and Captain Marvel engaging in a mental chess match as they sought to outsmart and outmaneuver each other. Every feint, every bluff, and every calculated risk was met with a counter-move as they danced around each other in a deadly game of strategy and deception. But as the duel of minds reached its climax, it became clear that neither combatant could gain a decisive advantage. Whis' keen intellect and Captain Marvel's strategic acumen were evenly matched, with each one countering the other's every move with equal skill and precision. In the end, it was not brute force or raw power that would decide the outcome of this battle, but the subtle interplay of strategy and cunning. As Whis and Captain Marvel continued their mental duel, it became increasingly apparent that victory would ultimately hinge on which one could outthink and outwit the other. As the intense battle between Whis and Captain Marvel reached its zenith, a pivotal moment emerged that would alter the course of the confrontation. Whis, ever the astute observer, noticed a subtle flaw in Captain Marvel's defensive posture, a split-second hesitation before she launched her attacks. Seizing upon this opening, Whis formulated a daring plan to exploit this vulnerability and turn the tide of battle in his favor. With lightning speed and unparalleled precision, Whis executed his plan, launching a barrage of strikes aimed at exploiting Captain Marvel's momentary lapse in concentration. Each blow was calculated to test her defenses and probe for weaknesses, forcing her onto the defensive as she struggled to keep pace with his relentless assault. But Captain Marvel, refusing to yield, met Whis' onslaught with steely resolve and unwavering determination. Drawing upon her inner strength and resilience, she fought back with renewed vigor, pushing herself to the limits of her abilities in a desperate bid to regain the upper hand. The battlefield crackled with energy as Whis and Captain Marvel clashed with all their might, each one refusing to back down in the face of overwhelming odds. It was a contest of wills and determination, with victory hanging in the balance as both combatants pushed themselves to the brink of exhaustion. And then, in a sudden flash of inspiration, Captain Marvel saw an opening, a fleeting moment of vulnerability in Whis' defenses. With a surge of adrenaline, she capitalized on this opportunity, launching a devastating counterattack that caught Whis off guard and sent him reeling. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded away, it became clear that the tide had turned. With a triumphant roar, Captain Marvel emerged victorious, her unwavering spirit and indomitable willpower proving to be the decisive factors in securing her hard-fought victory. With Captain Marvel's decisive counterattack, the momentum of the battle shifted dramatically in her favor. Whis, momentarily caught off guard by the sudden turn of events, found himself on the defensive for the first time since the conflict began. As Captain Marvel pressed her advantage, unleashing a relentless barrage of attacks fueled by her determination and resolve, Whis struggled to regain his footing. Every blow landed with staggering force, testing his endurance and resilience like never before. Drawing upon his vast experience and keen intellect, Whis quickly assessed the situation and devised a new strategy to turn the tide once more. With a calm and calculated demeanor, he focused on analyzing Captain Marvel's fighting style, searching for weaknesses to exploit. Using his incredible speed and agility, Whis evaded Captain Marvel's assaults with precision, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. With each passing moment, he grew more attuned to her movements, anticipating her attacks with uncanny accuracy. Meanwhile, Captain Marvel continued to press the offensive, refusing to relent in her relentless assault. Her determination was unwavering, fueled by a fierce sense of purpose and an unyielding commitment to emerge victorious. The battlefield crackled with energy as Whis and Captain Marvel clashed with renewed intensity, their powers colliding in a dazzling display of strength and skill. It was a duel of titans, each combatant pushing themselves to their limits in pursuit of victory. But as the battle raged on, it became increasingly clear that Whis' analytical approach and strategic prowess were beginning to turn the tide once more. With each calculated move, he gained the upper hand, gradually wearing down Captain Marvel's defenses. In a last-ditch effort to regain control of the battle, Captain Marvel unleashed her most devastating attack yet, channeling all of her remaining strength into a single, powerful blow. But Whis, ever the master strategist, saw the attack coming and countered with a deft maneuver, turning the tide of battle in his favor once more. With a final, decisive strike, Whis emerged victorious, his unparalleled skill and strategic brilliance proving to be the deciding factors in the hard-fought battle. As the dust settled and the echoes of conflict faded away, he stood triumphant, a testament to the power of intellect and determination in the face of adversity.